Hello, everybody.
Oh, Nashville, Tennessee.
We got Mr. Justin Kalk here tonight.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
Officially, we got theme music, folks.
We got it. Cut that today. Welcome, Justin.
That's a hype track, man.
That's a hype track. That is a dope track. We should get Drake to drop a verse on it.
Already in the books. I got on the Google Calendar. He's coming over next week.
I'm
Just kidding.
I'm tired of that guy's voice already. Anyway, man.
I've
heard him talk about every subject.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Drake.
I mean, I'm a fan, but I'm just saying I've already heard what he has to say about just about everything.
I don't think I've listened enough.
I will take Kendrick over him any day of the week.
Yeah.
But the kids
Kendrick
love him.
Lamar over. Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar's the best out right now, in my opinion. In my humble,
I'm with you, man.
My humble white boy hip hop opinion.
That's all right.
That's an important
That's all
opinion.
right. That's all right.
That's what I grew up on.
Sure.
I mean, that's a style of music. I mean, like
What, like the Chronic? Would that be the first one that really hit you hard? What was?
Oh,
were you into the Chronic?
No, I mean, yes, that was. But
Yeah.
the first
What was the first hip hop album that hit you hard?
that really got me, Tribe Called Quest,
Oh.
Midnight Marauders.
I think that was one of Kelly's first.
That was
too.
probably the first one that really got my. And then I was a big fan of Ice Cube a lot. I liked
cool.
Ice Cube a lot when I was a kid too. But yeah.
How about you, Justin? Were you? I know you're into hip hop. I know you're into hip hop.
I am, man. Always.
When did you start? Always have been, even before it was running. What was the first hip hop
Since
album you
day
got
one.
into?
Man, I love the Diggable Planets. When I was young, actually, the first
Damn,
one.
that's a good one.
Yeah, I still listen
You,
to that all
Justin.
the time.
Were you? I know you're into hip hop. I know you're into. Hold on a second.
am.
we gotta
We're
back
here
it up. Let's hit the mute right there.
We got some bleed over.
Okay, we got the delay.
We're just making sure we're going live to everybody. It sounds good out there.
Really, man, it was MC Hammer though. You have to really
He's
be
what
honest
turned it
about
around.
it.
He's what turned it around for you.
And
Sure.
That was
Yeah.
because that was like my dad listened to Beatles and the Beach
Yeah.
Boys and stuff like that.
I saw a YouTube. You know how YouTube is. You can get on like little tangents and you start watching things. And I love watching YouTube videos of rappers talking shit about other rappers or whatnot. And
That's your rabbit hole.
yeah, that way it's one
It's
of
a
them.
good rabbit hole.
Well, I mean, it starts with like looking in the Illuminati, and then all of a sudden, you're
Right,
talking
conspiracy
about rappers.
theories
So
of
I mean,
rappers.
yeah, they're all in the Illuminati, so it
Yeah.
kind of works. But I saw this one about Redman. He was talking about MC Hammer being like a dude you did not want to talk trash about because like when he like even though he was like a super nice, he put on the persona that way, but like he was like. You do not want to cross him. Like, he rolled with some hard dudes. That's what Redman said. He was like, man, that guy will you up.
I
like,
believe
don't
it,
talk
man.
shit about Hammer.
Damn.
Hammer don't hurt him.
Hammer will hurt you,
Yeah,
apparently.
he will hurt you. That was. I mean, like I remember, like
That's good to know.
I think there was like, what was that show? At one point, they showed you how to like make MC Hammer pants, and I was like 8 years old, and I took like a black garbage bag
Yeah,
and
right.
cut a hole in each corner, and then like bring it
How to
up.
make Hammer pants.
Yeah,
Early aspirations.
Oh, wow.
I rock
Wardrobe
those.
for Justin Kalk.
Yeah.
Justin, what is going on, man? Welcome to the show.
Yeah,
Welcome
man.
to the podcast.
If you guys don't know, a little introduction here. Justin Kalk is one of Nashville's premier
Guitar slingers.
guitar slingers, especially on the Strat. He's what I like to call a strategist in the music world, a divine strategist.
I haven't heard that. yet.
We've played for a long time together, known this guy. I got to say that I think the best way to preface, without going through all the cool stuff, because I got a list here of some cool stuff you've done, but I think the coolest thing is I'm going to start with a story. And it was the first time I ever saw you play. It was also a show that you got banned from the venue.
Is this the
no.
Mercy Lounge gig?
This is one of the times he got banned from Mercy Lounge. You've been banned there a couple times or something like that?
Man, we were pretty wild when we got to town because we had a lot to prove. We thought
Y'all came from Maryland, right?
Yeah.
The first time I saw you was on TV. Like you were playing at the Mercy Lounge, and they did they were trying to do some kind of like
On
TV.
TV?
Yeah, it was on like the public access channel show or something like
Was
the
that the
Nashville
same?
channel.
yeah.
That wasn't the
And
same.
you were wearing like a red like Sergeant Pepper looking coat or something
Yeah, man.
like that.
I still got that.
It was a that I remember seeing that, and then playing a gig with you a year later, and then going, that's
the
I've
same
seen
guy.
that guy on
I've seen
that
him.
all the time. They played it all the time. Later.
Yeah, well, it's
Well, so I'm at so we're at Mercy with H-Beam, and you guys get on stage. You had a keyboard player. You had I think you had a backup guitar player. You had like 5 people on stage, which is different from what you guys rock now, which is just that awesome 3-piece, that supreme power trio with Steel Britt and Jeremy Williams. But you guys get up on stage, and this is an 8/8. So you play 3 songs and you get off. Well, you guys like get up there, and I swear your third, and we were right after you guys, I think. We were either right after you or 2 after you.
Yeah.
And you guys played like, your third song was like 11 minutes, which is so faux pas on one of those. So it just cracks me up in retrospect. Everything.
I don't
We're
think
just
I'd
sitting-
ever played a
and
show
that
with
wasn't
3
the-
songs
but see,
in my
that
life
wasn't
before
I
that.
know. That's what I mean. Well, that and
Yeah.
the best part is that you proved that later on in more shows we played with you that you just would play. You keep going. You can't stop, and I respect that, and I understand that.
And the funny thing
But-
is
no, the
11 minutes. It could be 3 songs for any other band.
The best part is the best
Easily.
part is that we have not gotten to the best part. So at the
no.
end of the set, after 11 minutes, and you can see the sound guy just like pissed off, just visibly pissed. They bust this keyboard on stage, completely busted up this keyboard,
I smashed the keyboard.
smashed the keyboard with a hammer, knock over Mercy's mic stands, which was, I guess, the reason why you guys couldn't come back, right? Isn't that it? Or you
I don't
smashed-
know.
You don't
There's
remember?
probably lots of reasons.
And then this is how I remember it, and this is the way that
It's
I'm
too rock and roll.
This is the way I'm
Confessions.
putting it out there. So
Confessions.
you then take your Strat, throw it up in the air, and it goes over the light truss and comes back down, and before you catch it, it like hangs. So the guitar is just like suspended, and you like just get off stage. You just do your Justin thing, because that's the best part. Is like when you're done playing, you're just like,
That was a good impersonation, dude.
you just stick around. You like got to get away from that stage as fast as possible.
Yeah.
And it's one of my, but that was my first dose of Justin Kalk, and I remember right immediately saying like, who is this asshole? I need to meet him immediately. This guy is, and they killed it, and you guys killed it. We played Bowling Green together not too long after
Right.
that, and you guys did the same exact thing. Your last song was like 15 minutes long, and we're sitting there like tapping our toes.
Oh no.
We're like, what the hell is this, man?
Why did
I think it was more we were just like
Cracked me up.
townies, man. We weren't used to playing.
I love it.
We'd never. I mean, I think as a band, we played in Boston a little bit, like here and there, but I think we really got it together in our hometowns, like in Maryland, and then coming to Nashville. I think we were just trying to be as rock and roll as we could, but I don't think we intentionally were trying to make anybody upset or anything. We just
It happens.
I would not say you were at all. You pissed some people
We
off.
just
Though. You
did.
might not have been trying, but you
I wasn't
did.
trying to do that. Yeah, I think we were just
But that's awesome.
But the thing about
You
that
were just you.
that's
Yeah.
real. Like
You were just you.
right.
And anybody who knows you and continued who wanted, like, that was it. Like, I saw the way you were. I'm like, I need to know that. I want to meet him. That guy goes on a wavelength
I think
that
what's
I can
good.
dig.
I remember that because we met that night and became friends, and I think for me, like one of the first, seeing your band and you've got all like, I told everybody it was like kind of like seeing Zappa mixed with like Fish mixed with like My Morning Jacket or like
and the Muppets.
The Muppets.
with the Muppets,
Yep.
yeah. And that was it too, is because like your dad worked for Jim Henson, right?
Yep.
And my grandma in high school dated Jim Henson. They were like
That's
high
right.
school
We
sweethearts.
talked about that's right.
And like immediately, like I felt like we were like
Kindred
we were
spirits.
soulmates. Yeah, just right off the
As
bat.
Kelly likes to cook it. As Kelly likes to put it, I had we had a man crush going on.
We did. Yeah, yeah.
Understood.
It was a Jim Henson thing.
And it was a creative sense. Well, it was too, man. It's like you had without H-Beam, and I mean, I feel like
But you guys were wild too, man.
Well, that
You
was the
can't,
thing,
you
and
know.
so were you guys. And so we were like, oh, there's other people that do this
that do
weird
the same
stuff
thing.
too. Yeah, we can
Yeah.
play shows with these
I can
guys.
Yeah.
relate.
And so, well, how long were you all a band in Maryland, though, in Baltimore, before you guys came down to Nashville? And this was just you and Steo, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
and
who you-
Brent.
you had other people
McGee,
playing. You had other people playing, but right now, because your current lineup, Steo is the one who's been with you though the whole time, right?
Yeah, we've been playing since we were kids, and then we had drummers up in Boston. It was it was always like, I think when I moved to Nashville, I was kind of just moving to just come and make it my own thing, and I'd been writing a lot.
You went to school in Boston too, right?
We went to Berkeley for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got what you needed.
Yeah, well, I lived there for like 3 years. I'm from like Maryland, like DC area.
Well, what was going to Berkeley like? What's it? I mean, I know.
You were studying guitar, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've known a couple people that have gone there. A guy that I went to school with. His name is Aaron Sterling. He plays drums.
Yeah.
And he plays with like John Mayer now, and he's been
wow.
on all kinds of records. And I mean, I think he got accepted to Berkeley when he was like a junior or sophomore. They went ahead and said, "Yeah, you're good. You can come."
Yeah.
So he knew that where he was going, and he got up there, and he was there for a year. And I remember getting wind of him saying, I'm going to LA. I can't. I'm done, I'm done with it.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was just like, how do you just go? At first, I was like, man, what kind of ego do you? And he was, and then I think I talked to him about it. He said, I just couldn't get any gigs. He was like, there's so it's just you didn't have time to. I don't know. And I guess it's spending the money.
Well, that's what makes it easy not to graduate.
Yeah, like spending the money learning things that you
Yeah.
can learn on your own if you have the dedication and the
Sure.
like. If you want to practice and you can learn anything you want.
I think a lot of musicians think, well, we'll go, and even teachers say that. It's like, well, you go for a little bit and you can come back.
Yeah.
But a musician's time is a lot of times when they're younger.
Yeah.
So you should.
Well, and also, I mean, I would imagine when you get out in the real world and you go try out for a band or you're trying to get on a tour, when you're at that level of playing, and you go, well, I graduated from Berkeley, and they go, okay, can you play?
Right.
Like show us what you got. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't.
Nobody cares about
Nobody
that.
gives a shit about. I mean, I guess maybe if your goal is to go there and want to like teach one day at a collegiate level, but then if you're good enough, they'll let you. I would imagine they'll let you teach anyway.
Yeah, it was really. I think being around all of the other students there,
Yeah.
even more so than the program. I mean, I think it's part of the program is that you've got like
Immersed in music.
you're surrounded by all these musicians from like Korea, from Italy, from Japan, just like L.A., New York, and then all of the like probably the best kids from their small town, like
Right.
all tried to go or whatever. It's like you learn so much just off of your friends.
Sure.
No, when you go to school there,
Kind of like Nashville is.
Yeah.
too. I mean, yeah,
Exactly like
Nashville is a
giant university, giant
It
campus.
is. It really is.
do you major in a genre? Like, I mean, can you go to Berkeley and major like you could major in jazz, or could you go to Berkeley and major in bluegrass, or could you? I mean, that makes sense. I mean, there's just so many like. Can you go to Berkeley and major in like heavy metal?
And then is there just like a general?
classical
And then is there
or-
just a general?
Yeah.
You major like in like guitar performance or something.
Right.
If you were like a metal guy, and there are definitely metal guys there.
Right.
Definitely Latin guys and all that. And Berkeley's kind of like it's very much a jazz school, but there's a classical
Right.
path as well, or a recording path, or a business.
Do they make you like double on another instrument? Like
No,
you
but
have
I
to?
wish I would have. You can do that, yeah.
Yeah.
And I wish I would have done a little bit more of that.
We were talking a little bit about this before we got going, and we were talking about our love of drums.
Yeah.
If you could wake up tomorrow and be as proficient as you are on guitar on another instrument, what would that be? I mean, just wait, like you could just magically be.
Magically,
Yeah,
I'd probably say trumpet.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I love Louis Armstrong
Badass.
so much, and I love Miles, and I love trumpet.
Have you ever tried to play trumpet?
No, I'm terrible.
It's hard.
Yeah,
That's not
I
easy.
don't think I could ever do it. I don't have the lungs
I
for it.
played it for like a minute in high school. Like I
Yeah.
could play like a couple little marching band riffs because I'd sit in the bleachers at the high school games.
Yeah.
I sang, and you sang in high school too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So doing that's where I get. So you'd play drums if
Hell
you could
yeah.
pick Wake Up.
And
Yeah.
no, that's hands down.
And I want to play all of it. You know?
Actually, I don't know. I think maybe if I could just wake up tomorrow and play an instrument that I don't already play, it'd probably be piano. Actually,
That's what mine
Yeah.
would be.
piano. Drums would be. I don't know. It'd have to be a coin toss.
I feel like for me, there's still a chance of me learning to play drums
Right.
or piano.
Yeah.
Piano
Better.
for sure. I think I'll learn how to do piano.
I know I'll never be able to play trumpet, so it's like I just admire it.
I don't know.
It's not going to happen in this lifetime.
Yeah, right.
Maybe when I'm reincarnated or something.
Yeah, that is a good point. That is a very
Come
good
back
point.
as a trumpet player.
If I really work my
Or a
ass
tr-
off,
or
I
a
could probably
trumpet.
play drums like close to how I'd want to.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
I
yeah.
really worked on it.
Yeah.
Not saying that's going to
That's
happen,
true.
but I'll never be able to play trumpet or
Never.
trombone. I love trombone too.
Well, you do play a guitar though, and you kill it on the guitar. And you brought your guitar. Anything special about this guitar? Or is it just it's got a lot of great stickers on it? I know that much.
I bought this guitar in Boston, I guess when I was there,
Yeah.
and
So you've had it for a minute.
I've written a lot of songs on it. Between this and my Strats or whatever, probably all of them. But I don't play acoustic like almost ever anymore. But
So we're putting you on the spot here by playing a little bit for us.
you got to play with me, or
We'll play with
what
you.
are we gonna do?
I don't know, man. That's up to you. Yeah, I'm gonna save my. I know I'm gonna surprise you a little bit later because I got a request that I hope you can play because I'd love to hear it, but I don't know if you could. I'm sure you could. Let's do a little bit of. Do you ever do I've Changed Too on acoustic?
I have, yeah.
Yeah,
You wanna
that's
try
off.
that?
That's off of Blue Sky Traffic, right?
Yep.
I love that album so much.
Thank
Like,
you, man.
I mean, so you've got. I guess before you go, we'll talk about this some more. But Justin Kalk Orchestra, Volcano. We'll talk about the artwork here momentarily as well. But your first album, I played the shit out of that thing. I mean, it's a phenomenal album. It's like seriously, I'd say it. It's I'm not just saying it. It's
Thanks,
probably
man.
one of my favorite albums. Volcanoes, and I'll go out and say it. Like Volcano's really good, but Blue Sky Traffic is
That's your
really
jam.
good. Yeah, it's a really good album.
I love
so
that,
probably
man.
almost anything that I would request would probably come from. I don't know. There's a couple I stole my VCR is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have the Seed 2.0 on this one?
I do.
You've
Never played that
played that.
acoustic.
You've played that one a lot. You've played that one a lot. What do you usually play acoustic if you go out? If you went to like a radio show, what would you play?
I haven't done it much. I could probably. I'm glad you said I've changed too, because I did start working up like a Dadgad version of it.
Well, is that what you want to do right now? Well, like okay, if,
You want to go into Dadgad with me? So you play. You can.
I guess yeah,
You got
Dadgad.
this. Yeah.
I do Open D. I don't do Dadgad.
That's fine
much.
too. I play it in D. I play it in a different key because it's usually an A.
I wish I brought my slide.
He's a beer bottle.
I think I'm just gonna play.
Nothing like tuning live, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a good kind of tune. It's with the best.
Sound like a damn orchestra warming up.
I loved it. So when you came up with the Justin Kalk Orchestra,
Yeah.
you did have. I mean, I've seen you do things with strings and whatnot, but it's kind of funny that like now you show up to places and it's like the Justin Kalk Orchestra. And it's a power trio.
Yeah, man. I like.
know?
My grandparents' house had all these. It's funny because you mentioned because I think we're kind of moving away from the orchestra. I don't know if we're having. It's hard to remember for people that don't know us or whatever. So it's mostly just my name at this point.
Right.
But it's like my grandparents always had all these like Duke Ellington posters and like Thelonious Monk and like all the they always or Louis Armstrong. I always said Louis Armstrong and his orchestra.
Yeah.
Duke Ellington Orchestra. Like
Right.
Charlie Parker Orchestra or whatever. And I don't know what it was what I put up on my MySpace page literally.
I love it.
And then Ralph made that first album cover. I was like, God, I'm really stuck with this now.
I can't wait to talk about that first album cover too.
pretty close.
Close enough for barbershop. Yep.
All right.
I'll follow you, man. Justin Kalk, ladies and gentlemen. I've changed too.
I'll try it, man.
I guess you're back, but God knows where. You said that you changed, all you did was change your hair. Just like a dragon, breathing fire from your nose. You said that you changed, but all you did was change your clothes. I've changed too. I've changed too. Yeah, woman, I've changed too. You could if you wanted, you would, but you won't if you did. I would've noticed. You said that you want it, you do, but you don't. I can tell that you don't really mean it. I've changed too. I've changed too. Play the drum set from hell. And you said your sound had changed, but I can't tell what you're playing. Just like a $2 bill that made 40 nickels out of you. And you said that you changed. I've changed too. I've changed too. I've changed too. I've changed too. Yeah, woman, I've changed too. You could if you wanted, you would, but you won't if you did. I would've noticed. You said that you want it, you do, but you don't. I can tell that you don't mean it.
So good. So good.
That was nice, man. That was like a campfire jam.
Wow.
I love it.
Yeah.
I just love that.
That's a good one. It's
I love you guys.
It's
man.
tricky figuring out all them.
I love
like,
Matt and Adam. You guys can't be stopped. Look at all these hearts, man. That's great.
Look at all them hearts.
When you write that type of a line, you go, God, did you come up with the melody or did you have the words first? Because that would be like one of those things, like, because sometimes when I'm writing a song, like you're playing and then you just kind of scat filler words and gibberish and all that, and I could see you going, playing that and going, did like scatting that out and then going, damn it, I got to figure out some words. That's a lot of words. That's a lot of syllables to fill in that space.
It is, man. That's how I write a lot of lyrics. It's just mumbling. And sometimes I mumble in the mic and then I go back with the sketch pad.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys do too, right?
I love it.
Well, it's that rhythm, so I need like 8 syllables.
Yeah, right. I need.
They should make sense, sort of.
Sort of, yeah. Phonetically, they just work.
Right.
Sometimes it doesn't, I'm not a lyric dude. Like that's the last thing I listen to when I listen to music.
Right.
Very last thing.
That's the last thing I pay attention to is
the
actual words.
I think I don't know. I like words.
I mean, but it's just
that's not the most important thing, I guess. But I enjoy good lyrics.
Yeah.
But I also enjoy crap lyrics too. I
Sure.
enjoy lyrics that are just throwaway, stuff that's some of the simplest stuff in the world. Doesn't mean it's crap, but I mean it's
I
some
like
of the,
all of it, man.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that like I sing the wrong lyrics to just about every song.
That's
like,
all
I
right.
don't know. Like I just don't. I like
That
I
is
listen to the
all right.
rhythms and the rhythm of the song and then the melody. But like
Yeah.
the lyrics, I just don't. My brother's the opposite. He pays attention to words.
Kelly and my wife is always making fun of me for the lyrics because it's like I don't know the lyrics to anything except for like the songs I wrote, and even we'll play covers and it's like, oh my god, dude, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
But sometimes some nights I'm right on when it comes to the cover train. Like we're going up to Alabama tomorrow night, and we'll play some covers. And I think I'll be able to do all right with most of the covers we're playing, but at the same time, it's like, sometimes you walk off stage and you're like, man, how did I remember all that, or boy, I didn't remember a damn thing. I stopped damn one of those songs.
Well, that also goes to kind of back to what we were talking about with you seeing him and doing the over the top rock and roll thing. Like I've always said, like I always think that people are always going to remember what they saw in a live music setting. People remember what they saw first, more so than what they heard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
if you go up there and you play a flawless show,
You're talking to the guy that was in HB.
Yeah, like musically, and everything is spot on, but it's boring.
Yep.
Right.
Nobody was gonna remember, but like people remember,
Sad truth,
you know, people remember
busting up a keyboard,
busting
with
up a
the
keyboard,
hammer,
and throwing a
your,
yeah, exactly.
They do.
And they remember like the physicality of performing.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that all three of us have in common is that we are all like very physical. Like
That's why I'm sure like all of your favorite bands are that way.
Yeah, I
too,
can't
right?
stand
Yeah.
still and perform. Like I just
No.
can't do it. Like
Yeah.
it's not fun.
Nope.
At all.
Yeah.
And,
You want to give them a show, but then
yeah.
but then at the same time, there are some bands that I enjoy or musicians I enjoy that just don't. They don't gotta move. They move you.
Like Derek Trucks or someone.
Yeah.
He's like stoic, but oh my god, he's like the most soulful dude in the world.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. It's just the way they are.
And that's a whole other thing too. But
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I agree with
But
you.
he's rare, I feel like,
Yeah,
'cause
but I
he's-
would still like to see maybe a little bit more animation out of. I don't know. At some point in time, you can almost be too perfect
Sure.
live. You know what I
Sure,
mean? Like
right.
I want to see some sweat and I want to see some blood.
Some flubs.
Yeah, I want to
Right.
see you going for something.
That's what a fish show's for.
I think people remember epic mistakes, which I'm very guilty of making some epic.
I think
I'm the
also-
first one to unplug my guitar at the peak of the guitar, so like
Yep,
just like right when you
absolutely.
want me to hit that note, it's just gonna be like gone.
But
Yeah.
I even talked to, I think it was Jeremy, your drummer, one point after a show where something happened where, he's like, oh yeah, Justin's amp or something like that. There was something, and I was like, no, dude, you don't understand. Like, that's part of a Justin Kalk. It's like, what's going to happen? Like, what's going to go wrong? Like, what's going to break? When's the cable going to come unplugged? When's the pedal not going to work?
Right.
When's he just going to pull everything out and go straight into the amp? Like, you know what I mean? Like, because it happens.
Have you ever
Yeah.
smashed a guitar on stage?
I did once, yeah, and it's still in my garage in pieces.
Did you do it out of anger, or did you was it premeditated or in the moment?
That one was in the moment because I was doing my thing, and it was kind of just funny. It was New Year's Eve, and it was like I was doing my normal thing, which if you ever see me play, it's like I'm throwing my guitar, I'm
Right.
balancing it like this, you know,
Right.
doing whatever. And at
You're
some
not
point,
afraid. You're not afraid to fuck your guitar up.
Dude.
no, and I've never have
Yeah,
until
yeah.
until that night. The neck hit the ground,
Yeah.
and it I just looked down and the headstock was just gone from the Stratocaster, and I was like, "Fuck!" And all my friends were there, and they were all laughing.
Did you have a backup, or was that the end of the show?
It was pretty much the end of the show. I mean, it was at that
Yeah.
point, but they were all. I had all my friends there, so it was like, all right, I'm just gonna Kurt Cobain this, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
That's
I'm
awesome.
not gonna cry about it. But
Yeah.
And so, but
I
that's
took
also
the pickups out of it, and now it's living in another.
But that's
guitar.
all
Nice.
of that. All the only thing is that what that all confirms that you actually are conscious to wherever you go when you play guitar. Because I swear to God, you go somewhere else when you start playing.
Yeah.
And I love it because I think we've been there, we've all been there. But I see you enter that place constantly, up. here he goes. Like 2 songs in or something like that. Yep. All right. He's gone.
He flipped a switch.
Don't let anyone sneak up on him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's amazing. But you really do go to a cool creative space when you're doing your thing, and you have it's very much your thing.
Thanks, man.
And it's also at the same time what I've seen, what bums me out too is it's one of those things that for as many people I think as you have that are like, oh man, they are awesome. You have people that are going like, I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I feel you on that because I've been part of many a project that has that same. But at the same time, I also feel like you need that to break through to something else or for greatness to happen. But I think what you guys have is just so unique. But yeah, man, I've seen people completely turn into believers and people just walk out. And I'm just really happy that I've seen both. But that means to me that's the ultimate sign that you are doing something that's just like no one else is. No one else is doing what you guys do. And I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
No, it's great. And Nashville needs
It's
a
not
whole
for
lot
everybody.
more of that.
You're not.
No, it
and
isn't.
we're not ever going to try to be for.
But there's a lot of people here trying to do what is for everybody.
And that's
And I'm not-
we're
nothing
in the
bad.
pop country capital of
Yeah,
the world.
nothing
you know?
bad about it if that's what you're after and that's what
Right.
you want to do. But
We're slowly turning into the indie band capital of the.
Yeah,
like,
we are, which is great.
Yeah,
and there's like a psych rock scene
There's
here
some-
now,
there's some
and all
good
kinds of
stuff
cool
going
stuff,
on.
hip hop and all of it.
But what was the first guitar player that really got you? I mean, like, there's obvious answers, but I mean, what was the first one that you go that I want to
made
do
me
that?
play guitar?
Yeah.
I think what
Like, what was it? What music got you that made you want to play guitar?
it was smells like Teen Spirit without a doubt.
Really?
Yeah. And then immediately after that,
So how old were you when that came out, or how old were you when you started playing?
when
guitar?
I heard, I was 12 when I heard "Smells Like Teen Spirit,"
Okay.
but I mean, Kurt Cobain was already dead at that point. So
how old are you?
man, that's a tough question, man. I don't have a Wikipedia page or anything.
No, I'm trying to get it built for you, so that's why
I'm 24. I think I've lost count. No, but yeah, like I guess Woodstock too. I'd say Woodstock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the whole concert.
like the original Woodstock, or are you
Hendrix,
talking
I think
about
Star
like the
Spangled
Limp?
Banner.
Are you talking
Yeah.
about the Limp Bizkit Woodstock? You did it all for the nookie. That's what got you going on
Yep,
guitar, huh?
I believe that.
Yeah.
What's his name? Wes Borland.
Doesn't matter.
He grew up here and he went to Hillsborough High School.
No, he did.
Sure did.
Wow.
Yep.
Is his picture up on the wall when you walk in, like
I don't know. It should be.
claim to fame? He did something.
He did.
He did something for a little while.
Yes, he
Right.
did.
Yeah.
He was the only thing I liked about that band.
He's the one that wore the weird makeup, right?
Yeah, the guitar player. Yeah.
Was that the? Did you sit? You're talking about Limp Bizkit?
Yeah.
Did you ever have a Limp Bizkit time? Were you ever?
I went to like the audition when he quit.
Seriously?
I was-
You auditioned for Limp
Get
I
Bizkit?
outta
was
here.
18 then, I think,
Get
No shit.
out of
Yeah.
town.
and I didn't get
Okay,
it.
tell
You
us.
believe it?
Okay, but start
Tell it-
talking.
yeah,
I was in
tell-
line. I stood in line in DC to audition. It was at a guitar center.
an
I mean, it was
open-
just
it
a
was a
silly
cattle call,
thing.
like
It
an
wasn't
open
like a
audition?
real. It wasn't like a real. I think it was just a publicity
stage
thing.
Was any of
Because
the
they were kind of their peak, and then their guitar player left, and it was like
Or any
and nothing ever. I mean, nobody listened to Limp Bizkit after that.
yeah,
But-
and I don't know if they ever found a replacement, and then he came back.
Yeah, I don't think they
Were
were a
any of the-
band after that.
were
Really.
any-
But they had.
Were any
they
of the
had
Biscuits
auditions
there?
at Guitar Center, and my uncle's like, "You need to go do that because maybe you'll make a bunch of money or something."
You know, it's Sublime. That's hilarious.
But,
So
yeah.
when Sublime, when they actually did a thing
That would have
similar.
set
They
us
were
on a whole other path.
a whole nother path.
What'd you do? What'd you play?
Yeah, what did you have to audition with?
Like, how do you? What was the
I
process?
had some. I had some riffy riffs. I guess I don't remember what I did.
Like, you didn't have to
Riffy
play one. You didn't
riffs.
have to play one of their songs.
No, I didn't know any of their songs.
So what did you just went in there and just played your guitar?
Yeah,
You just went in there and went.
And they were like, "That was really good." Next.
Is that all you did? You just went up there and did Justin Kalk up there for a little bit? And
No, I was like still very.
did you try to play the part?
I mean, a guitar nerd now, but I was more of a guitar nerd then. I was like really into. I was into metal. I was into all that kind of shit. I was into everything. I was kind of playing with like. I was playing in a metal band with my friends that were my age, and
Yeah.
I was playing in like a Motown soul blues thing with all these guys that were in their 50s and 60s, like, and I was, you know, so I had this like dual thing going on, and I'd go to like the metal concerts in DC, like, and go see hardcore, like.
Did it have a pretty good metal scene when you were growing up?
Oh yeah, DC had a great metal scene. In Baltimore, the Auto Bar.
I mean that's DC's has got some seriously good. What's the? There's a style of funk that's like synonymous with the DC. The go-go funk. Is that it, like?
And it's awesome.
Yeah. What is it about it that defines that go-go like style?
Chuck Brown, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
and there's a lot of bands. There's a few, I can't remember all of them, but there's a groove. I mean, for sure.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you that.
I mean, that's not where Parliament came out of, right? No.
No, I don't think so.
But yeah, go.
I mean, it's a little bit before my time, but I know about it a little. You know, I've been to go concerts and stuff like that. But,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. What's that? There's a certain type of music down in New Orleans that like the Big Frida. What's that? It's like a really fast electronic drum beat. I mean, it's like
really?
booty shaking music. Big Frida.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like her.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's crazy.
I am not hip to either one of those music styles whatsoever.
I wouldn't say I'm hip to either one of them. It's just one of those underground things. It's like synonymous with those cities. But
where do you like to? So, first of all, where are you playing? Do you have any place you're playing next in town?
Yeah, we're playing the Basement East 2 Saturdays from now, April 8th.
Do you take your full stack in there?
Yeah.
I bet they love that.
You know, I don't really, you know, sometimes I bring it, you know, and I don't turn it on, but I have it up there.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So
you just use one cabinet?
I bring my deluxe, like I've got a 65 deluxe.
Okay.
But I like having all the amps and stuff. I bring 10 guitars if
you could get away.
If I could fit them all in the van, I just bring it all.
So if
it's like I'm going to do it, I just want it to be like, I'm like you know, or you guys.
Wall of
like,
amps.
Yeah.
The only one I'm.
We gotta have. We're all gonna be in. You know, 10 all these costume changes and all this. It's like
I like that.
It's rock and roll. You gotta. I feel like don't be lazy.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, make it a scene. Make it.
I like that you carry that big ass amp rig up there and you don't.
Dude, I was fitting that in a Honda Accord, man. Like when I first got it.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I finally got a van, but like
big red cabinet, right?
Yeah, it's like it's 8.
What's the brand? What's the brand? What was the company again?
It was like a kit, which was by Weber Speakers.
Gotcha.
And it's a Marshall JTM 45. Like the head is it's a clone. It is a Marshall essentially.
Basic, gotcha.
Does it say Marshall on it?
It has no logos at this point.
It's sick, man. It's perfect for what you guys do. That's the thing. You guys have always had like a really consistent, like a branding with your image almost. Like you've done, and I guess we can get into a little bit of like the art even. You guys have this like style that is perfect, that you guys have none other than Ralph Steadman doing the artwork for you guys, which really is perfect for your kind of music. And seriously, anybody who's listening, I implore you, please go listen to Justin's music. You can either go to justinkalk.com. You can go to @JustinKalk just about on any social media platform.
Yeah, they're all the same.
Yeah, it's all the same. You're going to find, which is a great thing to do as an artist, I think. So you've got that. You're a confident artist. Your website's great. You've got great photos that you keep pushing. Your social media presence is awesome. You guys have always had and it's consistent. And it's like, you're not trying to be someone else. You've been that the entire time I've known you. It's evolved, but it's like, hats off, because I think there's a lot of people that I don't think get. And I think that even with living situation, we're just now starting to get some ideas of what branding kind of looks
like. You guys
like.
are looking great, man.
Well, I appreciate that, but you guys are heroes. Then is what it comes down to. But Ralph Steadman, okay, we're just gonna go with this, assuming that everybody knows the backstory of who Ralph Steadman is.
I wouldn't assume that.
Don't assume that.
No.
Well, you
either know or you
don't,
and you love it, or you have no idea.
He was really good friends with Hunter S. Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
Did a lot of the artwork for a lot of his novels, a lot of his articles.
Yeah,
just
pretty much all
of
of it. Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
He did. A lot of the stuff was. Did he work on Fear and Loathing? Because that might be something that people are more familiar with. So
Like the Johnny Depp movie.
Yeah. So if he worked on it, the artwork, there was a lot of artwork and animation that was based off of all of his drawings and stuff.
Johnny
so.
Depp just did a documentary on Ralph,
Really?
and Johnny just goes to his house, and it's called For No Good Reason, and it's awesome. Like, it's beautifully shot, and it's just Ralph and Johnny Depp hanging out. Ralph showing him what he does and everything, and it's like I think that's a good way to look at it. And I guess Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, that's the most famous.
So how did you meet him, get hooked up? How did you get him to do the artwork for your album?
I've just I love Ralph like I love Jimi Hendrix or something. It's like,
right.
He's just like, he's as big an influence on me as anybody, I think.
Is that before you met him?
I've always loved him. I mean, like, I've known about him since I was a kid. I loved Hunter Thompson, and I've read Fear and Loathing when I was like 13 or 14. Mm-hmm. And so I wrote Ralph a letter and just kind of sent him our music and just told him we were working really hard on it, and he wrote me back, and it was really cool. And then when the album was done, he ended up sending me this. It was like a surprise. He sent me a cover, and it was the giraffe. It's
amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was called Stiff Necked Rocker. That's what he titled it. And we've been kind of using Stiff Necked Rocker as our like imprint now, but
right.
It's a rocker because it's like the giraffe's on rocking chair legs.
And he just sent that to you out of the blue. You didn't know it was coming, and
I had an idea. Like I was hidden in it, obviously, but
right.
I didn't. I have so much respect for Ralph, and every time he's always the sweetest dude in the world. Like, and he's been so supportive of me and the band and everything, and
that's awesome.
Helped any way he can. So.
And that's the thing is, man. Like, you have all these people who, in my opinion, have great. I'm at the point that I'm going through all the stages because now I'm in like frustration and I'll probably hit denial, but it's just like you guys are so damn good. Like, you guys do what you do and you kill it, and it's genuine, it's authentic, and you got guys like Ralph Steadman, and still I know that, like, just me personally, and maybe we can go into a little bit if you don't mind, like we'll talk about it a little bit, but you guys have been through some struggles trying to get your stuff out there, and that's why but you don't stop. It doesn't mean, and you've had all these different breaks come and go and go your way, but you guys just don't stop.
We can't.
I love that.
Yeah, we can't.
I love it.
I've tried to stop a couple times for like a couple days, and I just get so sad.
You can't do it.
And I'm like, no, I'm just the saddest person in the world now.
It's like you're going to break up for just a couple
days,
and then just.
Do you do all your booking and handle all of the aspects of that?
Mostly, yeah. I do most. We're working with our friend Scott Boyer in Muscle Shoals, and he's been doing a lot of stuff. Our new manager, Mike Pineda, is brilliant, and he's just a really close friend of mine. I met him at Hangout Fest when we played there, and he was working with Weber Speakers, and that's kind of how that stack happened. But he's just a beautiful soul, man. He's like, his mind is a million miles an hour. He's like an octopus, man. He just like has his hands and everything. He's like, he's been great for us. So I'm excited about the future.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever done any European shows? You just got back from France for vacation, I know. So
yeah, we've done a little bit, man. We played in London and Paris, and just like little things,
It's
it's more self-booking by me.
Little badges that you get to put on that you said you
yeah.
get. Why not? That's what music. I think the best part about music is the fact that you get to go play in some pretty amazing places, even if it's for one show or you just arrange it.
That's why we can't stop. We gotta do more of that, right?
You can travel anywhere in the world, and if you play, I know that I can go anywhere in the world and have a guitar on my back, and everyone's going to treat me just fine.
Right.
If I can go anywhere in the world with a gun on my back, and it gives me no safety whatsoever.
That's very true.
You know what I mean? And
yeah.
I'm not trying to make a claim like, oh, no guns, but I'm just saying that, no, there's something to be said about that. Like, I could show up in the most hostile places in the world. Sure, something might go happen, but at the same time, I show up, more than likely, I'm going to make some friends.
Music is
quick.
always that way, yeah.
And it's the best part.
When Mile A did that Middle Eastern tour, and we were playing in Afghanistan, and when we flew into Bagram and we played at the big base there, but then there were 2 nights where we flew out to like the smaller, remote, like way out in the mountains type of bases. and we played at this one, and they had Afghan workers. You know, it was small. Actually, so it was actually a old hotel resort way up in the mountains in Afghanistan, right?
Wow.
Like, and it was beautiful mountains. Had a swimming pool, hotel. It was like back in the before the Russians came in and blew it all to shit. Like, it was like a destination like spot, and it was crazy, man. The pool was emptied out, and we were walking around in the pool, and there was all these nicks in the pool everywhere, and I was like, "What's the deal with all these nicks in the pool?" Like, they were like, that was the bullet holes from where the Russians would like cattle people in there and just mow them. Dude, it was crazy. Dude, there was some weird vibes going on there. But we were playing, and they allowed the Afghan workers to come to the show and watch too. And I mean, we were playing, and like the troops appreciated it, but like, man, the Afghans were like, you would have thought we were the Beatles coming in there. They thought we were like, they were like, who's this big, huge American rock band coming out to play for? You know, we weren't anybody, but like I was thinking, I was like, that's the first time that those guys have ever seen a live rock, like live band.
Possibly.
Not possibly.
Yeah,
like, it was definitely. I mean, we're fresh out of like the Taliban, you know, you couldn't fly a kite, let alone play a guitar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we're going up there playing, you know, ripping Pink Floyd and Jimi Hendrix and you know, doing all, you know what I mean?
Blowing their minds.
Yeah, and doing what Miley did, and you could look at their faces and just being like, whoa. And that kind of, you know, going back to what you were saying, like music, you know, you don't have to understand the lyrics. You don't have to understand you don't have to understand the words that are coming out of the words that are coming out.
And then that you brought up bringing up the Beatles, that's one of the best things. That's one of the biggest reasons why I want to make sure that I know how to play a Beatles song, is because if you go anywhere in the world and play a Beatles song or Elvis song,
people love it.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, go nuts.
Yeah,
they love it. More Tom Petty.
Or Tom Petty.
Seriously,
Shreddy Petty.
Yeah, everyone loves it. Shreddy Petty. Kind of like a little Petty, a little Shreddy.
I told Matt that's what the living, like when people ask what the living situation, like, or what he does, I'd be like, it's kind of like Tom Petty, but a little more shreddy. It's kind of like Shreddy Petty.
Shreddy Petty.
A little elevator pitch.
A little Shreddy Petty.
So what would your elevator pitch be? What are your 3 words for Justin Kalk Orchestra?
Shreddy Krueger.
Shreddy Krueger. I'll take that. That's really good.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you guys are.
Uh-oh.
Who's blowing up? You got to take that?
No, it's my wife.
Well,
Kelly, you need to be tuned in.
Yeah.
Well, she
can comment. Tell her to leave a comment on
cannot be stopped.
She can leave a comment on the page.
Yeah.
You can comment with what you want me to pick up from the store on the way home.
There you go.
I'll text
awesome.
her back here.
You've got an awesome wife. Yeah, you text her back. You need to make sure that she's, and then we'll give a little plug right here.
So you said that Nirvana got you into guitar. That was the music that hit you and got you wanting to play guitar music.
Very quick, like I kind of figured out I'm still in Dad Gad, but I had like almost the bass line of Smells Like Teen Spirit, and kind of like on my dad's guitar, and then my dad like saw me like kind of picking up the guitar every day, and he played me the Star Spangled Banner,
the Jimi Hendrix.
So like after that, I was just like,
I love. We still have so many parallels, because the first thing that I ever remember learning was,
oh yeah,
that's all I can play without getting sued.
So what made you go? Because obviously you have a heavy blues rock guitar influence, like Hendrix, and then the tree goes on. Yeah.
You better get it this time.
Yeah, well, we're live, right? That's kind of.
It's okay. It's real life.
It's real life.
It's real life, man.
Maybe it's an emergency.
Could be, man.
She'll text me.
All right, she'll text you this time. She'll get this time.
We'll figure this out.
But
America.
what was it that? So where I was going with that is that obviously the Nirvana is not the blues. I mean, what made you go? Okay, did you go through that period of playing like grunge, power rock, that kind of thing? When did you go, you know what, I think I want to play some solos. I want to be a little bit more I like these blues licks. I like these, you know.
It was that, man. I was really lucky.
Like them licks.
Yeah.
And my great uncle Gunners was so good to me, and he's like a guitar. He was the best guitar teacher ever, and like my parents were getting divorced at this point, and I'd go over to his house and play guitar with him for like 8 hours every Saturday, and we'd eat pizza and we'd like nerd out on guitar, and just he'd showed me all the Zeppelin licks and like just taught me my scales and taught
So
me.
he knew because
Like, he
that's a
loved
big
Hendrix.
thing.
He
like,
was really into it. And and BB King. I love BB King. Like I worship him. It was like
so
all
why
of those
BB
records.
King over like Buddy Guy
And Buddy Guy, yeah.
Well, you guys had a
BB
connection.
King when I was young. I was
You had a
just like,
connection with Buddy Guy not too long ago, right?
yeah. We, I got to hang out with Buddy a good bit, and the guy who helped produce Volcano produces all of Buddy's records, like the last 4 of them.
That's
Like
cool.
4 or 5, yeah.
And that's something about I think
It's Tom
maybe
Hammer.
so in the blues guitar world more than in maybe in jazz as well, but like recognition of a player to another player, like going like when a younger cat comes up and like Buddy Guy sees you playing
Yeah.
and goes, yeah,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
that's a great tradition that
Yeah,
the
there's
blues guys
there-
were really good about.
Yeah, passing it on and going, okay, I see what you took from me, and then
Yeah.
you got your own thing. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen clips of Gary Clark or
Mm-hmm.
John Mayer or other guys that are Derek Trucks playing with the older guys, and like, you could see John Mayer like trying his best not to show up Buddy Guy, but he can until Buddy Guy like does his thing,
Until
and
he turns into Buddy Guy.
Exactly, but,
Yeah.
I mean-
if you're just going out as a guitar player.
yeah.
But Buddy's got that energy, man. It's just like
Tone
he's
is
like
so
on
mean.
fire. I mean,
It's so mean.
I was
He's got
in
one
New
of the
York.
meanest guitar tones, I think, of
Yeah.
all of
and
them.
just he doesn't even. The thing about Buddy is he's such a natural musician that he doesn't even need the guitar. Like it's like he doesn't even have to sing. That dude's presence when he gets on stage
Right.
will win you over.
Yeah.
Like just his soul, man.
Love it.
Like, and he's so huge, and he's a really, really nice guy, and he was really good to me. I got to spend a lot of time with him, and he's just like, he was telling me all these old like Sonny Boy Williams and like Lightning Hopkins like drinking stories and stuff in Chicago, and so it was like, and he was, one thing he said to me was just like, man, and he doesn't know me, like. It's like, if you're on any drugs, man, and you think you can't play without them, man, let me tell you, man, you don't need them. I was like, man, that's because he only got a second with me, and that was the one thing he said to me. And it was like, he's got a...
Boy, you look like you do drugs.
Yeah, you need to lay off. You need to
I
lay off
mean,
them drugs,
I think he
boy.
probably says that to just about all these guitar players. I think he's like, I don't know.
No, I
maybe,
had
maybe it was just me, man. I always kind of...
I had a lesson not too long ago with a guy that I play a lot of music with. I convinced him to actually sit down and give me a lesson. But it was one of the things we talked about is when it came to sobriety with playing that, I know plenty of times. There's plenty of times where I've played gigs where you have a beer or two or anything, but I don't like playing intoxicated. And I've recent try to like just be as sober as possible going into it. Having a beer
fun.
afterwards, no
Yeah.
doubt. But it's like there is some of that clarity that comes when you're performing in that
Yeah.
and then you really feel what the music really does, like
Right.
completely.
You lose certain things, too. Like,
Well, there's a lot of people that say they're only creative if they smoke pot, or they get stage
Yeah, I don't
fright
think
unless
that's
they
true.
drink a little bit. Like I remember, there's a guy I used to play with in town that would get so much stage fright. He'd drink so much tequila before going on, he'd throw up every time. I don't know if it was from the nerves with tequila, but he'd get so plastered, and it was a horrible show.
Right.
Horrible show.
yeah.
And
And he might be great at home or whatever. but
he
he's-
could
yeah,
be, and I
yeah.
think that really hinders a lot of people, and it becomes too much of a dependent. Like you gotta. Don't get me wrong. There's some. If you're gonna go mess around with some buddies and play you just throw them back on, throw back.
There's definitely a fine line.
Yeah, but if you're showing up,
There's the
but if
fine
you're
line.
showing up to play for somebody, like if you're going to a wedding to go
Yeah.
play for somebody, You better be sober at someone's wedding.
yeah,
Very important that
Yeah.
you perform at your best and don't screw up the magical day.
So why were you so drunk at my wedding? I'm just kidding.
I was plowed because of the music I had to sing.
Yeah,
That was-
Matt played it.
I did.
Matt played at my wedding, and had one foot out the door, waiting for a phone call for his baby to be born.
That's right.
She was about. I mean,
Really
Kelly
close.
was about to pop,
That's awesome.
and I remember Matt going, "Man, I might get a phone call. I might have to go." I was like, "We got a playlist. I got a backup plan.
Got it,
Yeah.
got it taken care of.
I
But
got
she
a
didn't.
I got a backup plan."
Now, it was a little while after that until Dolly was born. She was born 3 days after we went and saw Queens of the Stone Age, which was great.
Yeah. Was it the one at the Ryman?
No, it was the one at T-Pack or no, not T-Pack. What's the one that Trump just did his rally? 45 just did his rally. at?
Memorial Gym, or no,
No, it's not.
Municipal Auditorium?
Municipal Auditorium, the Muni.
Yeah.
I don't know if they call it that, but that's what I'm calling it.
Have
The
you ever
Muni.
seen them live? Queens of the Stone Age.
I have not. I'd love to though.
They're great.
Yeah.
I've seen them a couple times. Live.
Some they did when they did a re-release of their first record, and they were touring, and they were playing the first album, and then taking a break, and then doing other stuff. But they were playing at the Ryman, and it was the loudest thing I've ever seen at the Ryman.
See, that was one of the shows
It
that
was
we went to.
so loud.
We
I
were
bet
at the
that sounds
we
awesome.
were
Oh my God, it was
worst
so
show,
loud.
one of the worst shows I've been to because we were under the balcony, and so the sound was completely sucked out.
Oh,
So because I had another friend that said it was the loudest show he's ever been to.
I stood by the
It was
soundboard
so-
at
it
the
was-
top.
yeah.
At the very top,
was
I just
so
stood right next to
faint.
the soundboard the whole time.
It was so faint.
The ushers would come by and go, "Oh, we need you to move," and I'd be like, "Oh, okay," and I'd kind of like go down and then come right back up. I don't even remember where my seat was.
What's one of your favorite shows you've ever seen at the Ryman?
It's a good one.
Within the last 6 months,
In the last 6 months,
you been to the Ryman? Well, I guess that limits it.
I saw Mudcrutch.
Oh, cool.
That
wow.
was really cool.
Are you going to see Petty when he comes to town?
I hope so. I've seen him a couple times, but when is he playing?
Like the 22nd or 3rd or something like that.
Oh, okay,
Coming up.
that'd be great.
Yeah,
I saw.
excited.
This wasn't 6 months ago. This was a few years ago. But the Bela Fleck Africa project.
Oh my gosh, you saw
Oh,
that at the
wow.
Ryman?
The Ryman
Oh,
was like
man.
that was just unbelievable music.
Really?
That
Yeah,
documentary is
because he flew
great.
all the African musicians to Nashville. Like he brought them all and all these
He toured
crazy
with them,
instruments
right?
you'll never see.
That's
you know,
wild.
it's like,
Have you ever seen the documentary?
Yeah,
Have you seen the documentary?
No.
Man, it's good.
that
It's-
album is really good.
Yeah,
man.
it's cool. So basically, he tours not all of Africa because it's ginormous, but a certain area of he covered a lot of ground,
He did a
and he
good
would just
job.
like go into these villages and find the local musicians
With his banjo.
With his banjo,
Not speaking the language.
yeah, not
and just
speaking,
pl-
and just meeting with them and playing with them. And I mean,
think
he
I'd
met
like
like he sits down with this guy that's playing like those
You know
little
what? I
thumb,
think
like
I've
those
seen-
thumb things,
I've
thumb
seen
drums,
pieces
Right.
of it.
whatever
I've
it's
seen
called.
pieces of that.
And this thumb drummer guy is doing this crazy rhythm and melodic thing, and it's like totally throwing Bela for a loop. You know what I mean? He's kind of just like, what is going on? And he just sits there and he's just plucking it away, and then he gets to where he's playing it with this guy, and I mean, they just go whoop, right into a zone, and like, but I think what that showcased more than anything is how amazing he is.
He is.
Oh, he is.
Like it's
yeah.
subtly like that wasn't obviously the point of the documentary, but I mean that was the subtext is like this dude can play
He's
anything.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
He can
can.
play
He's a really
ban-
nice
he can
dude,
he
too.
can play banjo and anything. Like my brother works over at it's like Nashville stores. You run into people like that. You know, if you know musicians around town. My brother works at the Vanderbilt Hospital or Vanderbilt campus, and he was at the Blair School of Music because they have a coffee shop there that he manages or whatnot. And he got on the elevator with Bela Fleck. It was just the two of them. And my brother, he told me, he said he looked over to him and said, "So you here for a lesson?" and like Bela chuckled, was like, "Yeah, you know that," and left it at that. Like he
That's
didn't
good.
go, "Oh, I'm a big fan." He just
That's the
like
best thing
kind
you
of
can do.
gave him a
That's
little
great.
nod, like, "Oh, so you're here for a lesson?"
That's great. That's great.
And then he asked my brother is pretty good about doing stuff like this. Kevin Eubanks was playing the Franklin Jazz Festival one time, And this is when we were in high school, and we went up to meet him afterwards. And my brother goes, "You're Victor Wooten, right?
No.
Can I get your autograph?" And he signed it, Victor Wooten.
Come on.
He laughed. He thought it was funny as hell.
Oh
Everybody
my
else is kind
gosh.
of like, "This is like, no, you idiot," you know.
That's
but Kevin
hilarious.
Eubanks got it. And was like, "Oh, there you go," and signed it. So,
Do you remember the
That's
Bad
funny.
Plus?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
they're awesome.
the Bad Plus.
No, the Bad Plus.
It's like
No.
a jazz trio.
Yeah, piano, bass, drums. The drummers, they're all insane.
Yeah.
But they get really out. But
They'll do like a Nirvana cover.
Yeah, they will. They'll
But
play Iron Man, but it'll be
Yeah.
like as avant-garde jazz as you can.
Gotcha.
And it's like, me and Stio went to see him, and it was a great show. I think it was at the 930 Club, I think. And at the end of it, they left the set list there, and we just grabbed the set list. And then we get back. I guess we were at Berkeley then, so we get back to like our apartment or whatever. We realized that their emails are on the back of the set list. It was like they
Right.
wrote it on the back of an email. And so we emailed them, and we're like, "Hey man, listen, we go to Berkeley, and we were just really hoping, it's like you guys are getting really big, and you're just such amazing musicians, and starting to get more and more famous. So we were wondering if you would ask Christina Aguilera if she would do a clinic."
That's awesome. That
And
is
they loved it.
fantastic.
They wrote us back and everything. It was
If
good,
Christina
yeah.
Aguilera come in and do a clinic
Wow.
of her vocal runs.
Right.
I saw her at the 5 Spot one night.
Christina Aguilera?
She was in town shooting for the Nashville TV show, and she just showed. It was like one of those $2 Tuesdays. It was one of the Tuesday night things
Yeah?
they did there. And I remember there was like no one really paid much attention to her at all. But the one thing I remember is I look over and here's this like
I mean, was she in there in full like
regalia.
extina? Yeah, like
No.
I mean, was she trying to be
No,
noticed?
she was trying to. She was subtle.
Yeah.
You knew it was Christina Aguilera. She had like a little bit of a posse, not much at all, like 2 or 3 people. But then here comes this like guy that looks like he's straight out of like Oh Brother Where Art Thou. Just starts talking to him. Like good old boy. Like, "Oh yeah, say here." Like just put his hand between his like just start talking in a little cowboy, like a mini cowboy hat kind of thing. Just starts talking to her and talking to him the whole time. And I think she didn't know what to think, and then she realized like, oh, this guy probably doesn't have
Has no clue who I am.
no idea who I am.
And were people hounding her?
No,
Nobody?
not at all.
Nobody?
Not at
That's-
all. It's
That's
great.
awesome.
I
That's
love
what you
that.
love about Nashville.
I love that about Nashville.
So
That
she
never
didn't
changes.
show up in
You just
a
got
limo
jerks.
and a bunch of hoo-ha like Lady
I didn't
Gaga did and going to...
Well, that was a
Stupid.
show, though. That was a
Ugh.
planned. Christina was just gonna go check the fair. I heard that was a pretty cool thing. And
It would have been awesome, but I would have.
Secret
I would
show or
have.
whatever?
Yeah, but
If
it's
she
not a
just
secret
made it, it
show.
wasn't a
She
secret
announced
show,
it. Like
yeah.
it would have been so much cooler for her to show up to the 5 Spot and do a show, and then people would be like going crazy.
Yeah, agreed.
I mean, I guess maybe though, like at her level, if she did that, like it would explode. With
I don't know.
There was already a ton of people there, but
Yeah.
like police escorts and all that kind of nonsense.
what are you gonna play for us, Justin?
Oh man, I didn't know I was gonna play anything, man. I'm out of songs.
What
already.
about pancakes and syrup?
Oh, all right, I can do that.
You can.
I guess I haven't done it in a few years.
Can you try?
I can try.
This is like one of the best songs in the entire world.
I don't know. How
I
to do it on acoustic.
love
pancakes and syrup?
this song.
You gonna play with me? All
Bet
right,
I
good.
am. If I can,
I think you can.
I'll try.
So, let's think. All right.
You came home for the winter. We spent Christmas with your mama and with mine. You should know that I mean it. You're all that I needed. And since I've been with you, I've had the time of my life. So maybe I'm sad for no reason. It's too bad, 'cause who knows how long you're gonna be gone. And I ain't got no other words for it. We had breakfast when we woke up. You had pancakes and syrup with your wine. And your smile you let me taste, even though I got chocolate milk all down my face. Pretty soon I gotta be sailing down that dotted yellow line. So maybe I'm sad for no reason. It's too bad, 'cause who knows how long you're gonna be gone. And I ain't got no more words for it. Had to leave me last season, but now that you're leaving, I can hardly believe it. 'Cause you know there's no other to replace you, my lover. And you're gone, you're gone, you're gone. So maybe I'm sad for no reason. It's too bad, 'cause who knows how long you're gonna be gone. And I ain't got no more words for it.
Yeah. You need to put
There
that
you
one
go.
back in your repertoire.
I guess so, man.
Back in the live show.
I
That's
just
a good
just
song.
one of my favorite. I mean, I love that
good
song.
tune.
I love,
That sounds great, man. It's
dude.
fun playing with you.
That's like a dream come true right there.
We haven't gotten to play guitar like this together in a while.
No, we
man. This is
haven't.
great.
But I'm glad we found an excuse to do it,
Yeah.
and that's been one of the main reasons why we've been doing this. And I'm so thrilled that you get to come on here and share. Hopefully, we can get a few more people that haven't heard your stuff on board with what you're doing. Because seriously, man, I mean, we're friends first, which I'm so happy for. But man, I'm just a huge fan of what you guys do and how you do it. I love your style, and I mean, creatively, it's like I feel like I could sit here and ask all of these questions about how you come up with the creative process, but I know it's as wild and random and sporadic as you always present yourself in most situations. But so are you writing a lot of your stuff like on stuff you experience or stuff you read about or stuff like, where do you think you're getting most of the fodder for, material wise? Like,
who stole your
pancakes and
VCR?
syrup? Yeah, who stole your VCR?
That was a real story.
So that's what I mean. Okay, so is it a mix of just like fantasy and fact?
Yeah,
or-
a little bit, yeah. But I mean, it all comes from something. They all mean, and I don't write songs just to write songs.
Sure.
I let them just write themselves.
But you
sorta.
gotta-
and then I'll help them once they're already like.
But you got a few songs with like a lot of lyrics. Like you got a
Yeah.
lot to say. Like okay, hold on. I'm going to think off the top of my head because you should just do a little bit of it. It's off of Blue Sky Traffic.
Uh-oh.
It's so many words. You know what I'm talking about, too.
I don't.
You
Which
don't?
one? Is it like a rapper? Or
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
you do it a lot. You guys play it a lot. You guys sometimes go into Seed 2.0, sometimes playing it. I feel like, but it's a, or it's like, you know, that kind of vibe.
Is it 83?
Yeah,
Maybe?
no,
83?
dude.
Yeah.
Can you do a little bit of 1983?
I can try, man. Yeah.
Dude,
you gotta
just
play with me. You gotta play
fine,
with me.
but
You should play too, man. Play some guitar.
No,
Come on, man.
I'm not. I'm not.
Dude.
Okay, why not?
come on, man. Okay.
It's a G minor.
Okay.
You can just play it. You can just riff over it. Yeah. I've never done this acoustic, so that'll be good.
Ooh.
Yo, who's got bombs? Who blows whistles? Who wrestles giants? Who flows missiles? New Year's 80 to 3. 3 more kegs. We just hit the White House with toilet paper and eggs. And now the FBI gonna hit me up. They're shaking their ass, holding a $5 cup. Outlaw future, Black Knight. Half the White House black, the other half white. It was our tag. Had to confess, had to see with Katrina under a dress. Next thing I know, Congress at the park, pouring Bacardi, jumping into something. Spitting easy E, flows clean like me. Fresh MC, land of the free, killing its most illness. Black and White House party. There's a party going on. It was 1983. I was way past due. Party going on. 1984. Way past due. His name was Theo English. If he had only 2 wishes, he would stop doing dishes. Phil Conger was top. Yo, nothing is do or die. We got a flux capacitor, spread our wings and fly. We're going back in time with the wacky rhyme. Just like Daffy Duck, you're laughing. Rabbit season, duck season. Let's start a war for no rhyme or no reason. There's a party going on. 1983, I was way past due. Party going on. Almost 1984, I was way past due.
Go for it, Adam.
Blue sky traffic, you could call it the blues. When you're pumping up your gas in your $4 shoes and you're watching TV, but it ain't really new. Yeah, that's how that one ends.
That's exactly how that
Lots to say.
Yeah.
Lots to say.
And then you drop the mic at Mercy Lounge.
That's right. You just
Yeah.
hit it over
Yeah.
a couple times.
Is that the
And don't get
11-minute
asked
long
back.
song? Was that the one you closed with?
And then you'd go into the
Probably.
Seed. I think it was
No
that or
idea.
like the Seed 2.0.
We've been doing Seed a lot lately. Yeah.
You guys have been doing
We've
that
done-
one a long
We have
time.
been, yeah. We have.
I love that track.
I was listening to that today. That was actually one of the first ones when I was listened to it earlier, and I didn't realize you did that tune.
Yeah. We've played it since or I've played it practically since it came out, and it's
The original one or the Roots version?
the Roots version.
Have you
I
ever-
guess I love the Cody Chestnut one too. But
That guy's so good.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
But when I was listening to it, I was like, okay. I saw what you did is it was kind of like how Jimi Hendrix would do a cover of a tune. He did.
Yeah.
He he was like it was like his own thing.
I think that's how you should do them. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't do any that aren't like that because
Right.
it's like it's better to interpret it than,
Yeah.
than to
Sure.
cover it. You know, it's like that's what makes it. Because otherwise,
cool
why
I love
record
that.
it? You know?
Yeah, that's fun. You give your own spin.
Yeah.
Cody, his second record, it's been out for a while. Is so good. Have you ever listened to it? His second record.
The second record? No.
Yeah. It's like, I can't remember the name of it, but it's like a black album cover, and then there's a picture of him wearing like a military helmet.
Yeah.
And it's like a green version, a red version, and a yellow version, like pictures of his face, kind of. But man, it is so like it's amazing because like his first record was we're talking about Cody Chestnut for anybody that doesn't know who we're talking about. And his first record was this 4-track masterpiece that he did hold up in his apartment and wherever it was. And
I think it was because somebody was telling me because he was on a label and they shelved his album, so he just made another album in his apartment.
Yeah,
they put it out.
And he was doing, and
it's kind of lo-fi, right?
So super lo-fi, but it's brilliant songwriting, and it's
stuff.
like he showed like what you could do with a 4-track,
right?
And but then his next record, his second album that came out years later. I mean, it was a big gap of time between those two albums. Super slick production, I mean, it's like it's just so night and day. But it showed that you could.
He's a great writer.
If you can't do it with just the basics, then keep working.
Well, and then I obviously, when the Roots cover your tune and get you some money and get you some.
Well, he was in on that, right? He sang the hook.
Yeah. I saw. I told he came to town and he played at the Mercy Lounge, and I couldn't go, but I turned a buddy of mine onto him when that album came out, and he went to the show and he it was over the weekend, and he came back on Monday, and he was like, dude, it was one of the most, it was like a religious experience watching that guy on stage. Like, not for him, it was like his religious experience.
Right.
Cody Chestnut's not the guy that went to see it.
I feel that way about the Roots, too. I mean, that's...
Oh, man.
They're fantastic
one of my biggest
live. They're one of the best. They're one of the best shows I've ever seen live.
When that song came out, I think that was the first time, like, rock audiences heard about the Roots. Because it was on DC 101 a lot, and then I remember that summer going to HF Festival. It's like WHFS. It was like this. It was like in, I don't know if it was in the Orioles Stadium or something. It was like it was a huge concert, and it was I'd never seen a band play that hard. Like I'd never seen
blew me away.
They just killed me.
Musicianship off the charts.
Yeah, and that was.
I saw them play. What was it? Was City Hall, where the Urban Outfitters used to?
I saw them.
Is that what?
Yeah.
I saw them. I saw them play at City Hall one time, and he just came up and just for 3 hours didn't stop.
Yep.
Right.
Like did not stop for 3 hours straight. Just boom. And Black Thought is the most underrated MC ever, in my opinion.
I agree.
He's never ever listed when they love doing that top 5 of all time.
I like him because he's like a musician,
I mean,
and he's like a laid back musician. He's not all in your face.
Never mentioned.
He's just like he's so good.
I mean, in the
but we kind of like that's what we did at school. I mean, I remember like learning Next Movement. Like a lot of that early Roots stuff or whatever.
Yeah,
we would jam on that in the dorms all the time.
But the way that he delivers those lines, I mean, he delivers words and bars and bars and bars of rhymes, and he doesn't run out of steam.
He never stops.
He doesn't run out. I mean, it's an impressive, very impressive.
He's a poet, man.
Oh man, I just can't even imagine. Some people who's not singing or what he like. That dude's got his cardio's on point.
Right.
He doesn't run.
They're like the modern day jazz cats. I mean,
I totally met Questlove after the show, drunk as hell.
You're Victor Wooten, right?
Yeah, right. I mean, I was so hammered at the end of that show, and he was just walking around. The only reason I was there so late after was the fact is that I was just so drunk and I didn't know really how I was going to get home. Or I was looking for Bobby, my buddy Bobby, Robert Knowles. Mm-hmm. He had disappeared on me, and I couldn't find him. And he ended
ghosted.
Yeah, he got. Well, then I come to find out he had gotten kicked out of the venue.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Don't you love when you meet that person? Like I have a picture with Questlove.
Yeah.
And I won't use it just because I look so bad in it.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And I look like I'm just
corny
like
guy.
Yeah. Just corny dude. Yeah.
Questlove just got done playing like a 3.5 hour show, and he's completely drained, and he looks better than I did.
Because even on your best, yeah, exactly. Even on your best, you're still not getting close to the coolness that is Questlove. That is hilarious.
I had to go find Bobby, and he had gotten a cab back to across town. He'd forgotten. He thought we were I don't know. I was like, "What are you?" It was
You ever been?
silly
Have
night.
you ever been like physically removed from a club?
No.
I've come close.
Have you?
I've come. Yeah.
Have you? So how many
Close.
venues have
There's
you?
been a club. I've like sometimes when bouncers are just like too
Too bouncy.
aggressive. Like I was working in a club once and they didn't know. Like and the
You got kicked
bouncer
out of
like
the
threw
club,
me
you-
up against the wall. Like you can't cut in that line. And I was like, dude, I'm working. I'm playing upstairs. I'm working for the club. They're paying me. And he's like, I don't. He like threw me. He was like, come on.
You cut in line for the pisser or something,
Uh,
or the bar?
to get into. There was like a multi-bar bar.
to get in to
Yeah.
go to work?
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
Guitars in there,
Right.
man.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But
How many
besides that, no, not.
how many venues have you been asked to not come back?
Not many.
Just Mercy and High Waters.
There's been one or two. Well, we've had we're not for everybody, like I said, but sometimes we show
I love
up,
you
it's
for
like,
it, dude.
yeah,
I love you for it.
we don't really play covers and stuff like that, but we'll go play in bars and stuff, and it's not. Sometimes we're not what people were expecting. But besides that,
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could totally see that in some backwoods place in Kentucky
Yeah.
or Illinois. Just show up and
Could you just play Garth Brooks just once?
Eric
Yeah.
Clapton.
Right. Yeah.
You just play the seed.
What's
Or
your
just
opinion
play
of
with
Clapton?
I love Clapton. Yeah.
I mean, he's one of those guitar players that like guitar players either go, yeah, he's good or
Yeah, people talk a lot of. I mean, I feel like new guitar players talk shit on Clapton, but I think he was an amazing thing at the time. Like, and it's kind of just part of history because it's a whole British interpretation of Chicago blues and stuff. It's like
right.
the fact that music made it over there, and then I mean, really, it's what. I mean, the Stones and Cream and stuff like that's really what made the blues popular here,
Right.
Because you weren't even,
Yep.
you think of, I mean, Elvis, I guess, but really, like the Chicago blues and stuff, it's like people weren't listening to that, and they made Muddy Waters famous. Like Mick Jagger made Muddy Waters famous practically in
Yep.
a lot of ways,
Yep.
So, and
Well,
Clapton's I feel the same way about, and he's
And Clapton is I would kind of put him in the same category as B.B. King. Is that he's not. B.B. King is not the flashiest of guitar players,
Right.
but
at
he
all.
has his tone. He has his
That
time,
vibrato.
his
Right.
he has his thing, and Clapton's the same way. Like he's got a little bit more licks than, he's got more licks than B.B. King does, but he's kind of that same thing. Like he's not, he's subtle. He's
Right.
a laid back approach to the blues as to where it's like. Hendrix was aggressive. Like on the flip side, Hendrix played,
Right.
like
Taste, tone,
but
and
you
touch.
kind of
Like
had to
the
have
devil
Clapton
was
make
after him.
Hendrix safe for an audience. It's like
yeah.
because if you didn't have Cream before the experience, it might not have.
Did you
Jive.
see? Did
Yeah.
you see
You know?
that Jimi Hendrix biography movie that had Andre 3000 in it?
No, I
I
didn't
did.
see it.
I did not like it.
Ugh.
I like Andre 3000, but
Yeah.
the script was terrible.
The script,
Yeah.
it was not good.
Didn't see it.
Watch it just to know how bad it is.
I don't like doing that. If I know something's bad, I'm not going to waste my
Well,
time.
and the other thing that sucked about it is that they couldn't get licensing for any of Hendrix's music.
I remember hearing that.
So they
what's
had
the
to
point?
so when they were showing him playing in a club, they had to play a song that sort of sounded like
Purple Haze.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And he beat he beat his girlfriend with a telephone at one point in the movie.
Right.
And that part just disturbed my soul because I love Jimmy so much. I was like,
But was that true?
no, the girlfriend ended up suing the directors and everything. They just put it in there just to make it
Seemed like he was a
more
little bit
interesting.
more. That's weird.
Which, as if Hendrix wasn't interesting enough. It's
Right.
like-
I mean, the only thing.
and
that,
it was very depressing.
Yeah, the only thing that is good about it is Andre's. He does a pretty good job at being a young actor. He does a good job.
baby.
He does a
Oh,
good
yeah.
job of portraying.
Well, he's the only thing that movie had at all.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
man, I'm still
It was
on it. Oh, man.
Yeah.
so bad.
That sucks.
It's a bummer.
But I mean, biopics in general are kind of. I mean, kind of.
I liked Ray.
Ray was good, but
Yeah.
Ray comes
like
out
Walk the
and then
Line.
but Walk the Line was, it kind of like progressively
Got
goes.
worse and worse. There's
Yeah,
just-
you know what I mean. Like,
They just fizzle out of that.
at some point.
It's
I
like
do want to see that.
Pirates of the Caribbean 14.
Yeah, right.
It's like, this worked. This made some money. Let's.
Yeah, ride the.
keep
I do
going.
want to see
It's
Don
basically
Cheadle's
this.
Miles Davis
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, I do too. That'd probably be pretty good.
Well, do you know that the way that he made that movie is? I've read a lot of interviews with him talking about it, saying that he wanted to make a movie that he thought Miles Davis would want to be in, as opposed to being about him. So like it's fictional. It's not a biography pick.
Which is so weird. I feel like that's the kind of, it's just like an assassination of character.
Well, no,
Like,
he makes it. He said that like he knew that Miles Davis was a big fan of like gangster films and heist movies. So that's what I'm saying. He made a movie that he thought that Miles Davis would want to be in.
Yeah.
So there's aspects of like the musical thing, but the premise of this of the movie is that it takes place during his like late 70s, early 80s cocaine hiatus when he was just staying in his condo and doing blow until
Have
he
you
saw
read that
the devil.
autobiography?
Oh yeah,
I love that book.
and he makes a record and he doesn't like it, and the record label gets a hold of the masters and says they're going to release it, and Miles Davis gets all like gangsters, like goes on a heist to get his tapes back, and he doesn't want them to get out, and then like police chases and all this kind of stuff. It's like totally over the top,
That's kind of
obvious,
cool,
yeah.
actually. Yeah.
So
It's like Miles Davis meets the Blues Brothers.
yeah, exactly,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
And but of the clips that I've seen of Cheadle doing Miles Davis's stuff, I'm like, man, he actually learned how to. I mean, he learned to play the trumpet and everything for it. Like all the trumpet you hear on it is actually Don Cheadle playing.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
They didn't want to get like a real trumpet
He
player.
learned it. He learned
Stunt
he
trumpet.
learned it.
Yeah.
He learned. I mean, he
Get the stunt trumpet.
Yeah.
Can you learn it though? I mean, you can't play like Miles. I mean,
Well, no.
you can't just like learn to play like Miles. I mean, you got to be.
Maybe-
I feel like you have to be a
maybe-
master.
Well,
maybe you can
it's like
learn how-
saying Jamie Foxx couldn't do it exactly like Ray. He could do it exactly, but he could do a pretty damn good version of
that's
Ray.
true.
Well, he went to school for music.
True.
He
I know.
graduated
He
with
got
a
all the
music
background.
degree from
Well, did
Texas.
Don Cheadle? Did he have any background
I think
playing?
he
already played.
did new music or something, but like that's why I'm interested to see it. I'm
Yeah.
to see how well he did. But yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like
It's awful.
maybe he could learn to play like 1962.
I mean,
Miles
I guess if
Davis,
he's just
but
gonna
maybe
get on
he could-
bitches brew and just be
yeah,
like,
maybe he
you
can
know.
learn how to play like
Cocaine Miles
1980
Davis.
cocaine Miles Davis. It's a little different story. His tone is not as strong as it was at one point in time.
Justin, do you practice,
Some sort
or
of.
do you just like sleep, get up, play guitar, run sound, repeat, rinse, repeat, daddy, rinse, repeat, and it just shows.
I
Guitar shows up.
record constantly.
Yes, you think that's where you get?
Yeah, I'm recording and writing constantly. Like I've written more songs than I can possibly record. I feel like, and so I constantly just feel like I'm trying to catch up.
So when's the next record?
I'm gonna try to get something out this summer.
What does the creative process typically look like for you when you're producing music? I mean, do you have you record in a lot of different places, it seems, because you got your own home setup, a great home setup. You do a lot of stuff over at
Blackbird,
right?
Yeah,
that's a pretty amazing studio right over there.
beautiful. Yeah.
So is the process is it scattered, or how is it pretty uniform? Do you produce stuff the same way pretty much every time, or is it really just slapdash?
It's lately I've kind of gotten into a swing of things where I'm producing it myself, and I do a lot of stuff at home. I'm really happy at home now. I don't need a studio too much. Sometimes it's nice to go in there and just play live and have somebody else engineer or whatever. But I'm such a perfectionist, I think, lately, that it's almost better if I just hammer it out for 4 hours by myself or something. And
Yeah.
So like this record, Volcano, and the is it
Blue Sky Traffic.
Blue Sky Traffic. I wanted to say Sky Temple Blues for a second.
we just played with them.
Yeah.
I think and Will's watching. I think right
the
now.
same thing.
That's funny that he just joined when I
Yes.
said this. What's up, Will?
What up, Sky Temple Blues?
But like the overall production and tone of those records are kind of same. I mean, guitar, rock, drum, like real rock. Kind of produce the same and a little different. But like, do you ever think about maybe on your next record or 2 records from now going and just being like, I want to do something like left turn,
totally.
like produce it in a way that is not, because I think like maybe let me rephrase this. Your records sound like they could sound live.
Right.
You know what I mean? As opposed to producing a record. Do you ever go, man, I want to produce a record that I could not pull off live unless I had like, you know, a bigger band and not all
you
this.
kind of did a little bit of that on Volcano, but then you show up with an actual orchestra on stage to play your tunes.
Right.
So I mean,
we did that, and it was very expensive. It was like
that's only
it's
seen you
kinda
do
why
it once.
I'm sort of moving away from the orchestra thing. I'm kind of just I'm working on the third JKO album. It's all original, and then I'm also kind of working on something I think I'm gonna call it I've Changed Too. That is, I'm just gonna take all my best stuff and put it in one spot for a second, and I'll have it. I know Ralph did another cover for us, and
that's so awesome.
So, I mean,
like, all it took was you just writing him a letter.
Yeah,
he's writing him a letter and just
and sending him
out
stuff that you're doing and say we're working really hard and it's good. That's the thing too, is it's good stuff.
Yeah,
it's hard work. You've put dedication. Got the rain coming in. The Nashville storm is.
Do you
here.
know any spa music?
I got
some pretty open. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You're on a beach, watching the sunset. You're on a beach watching the sunset. What is your drink of choice? What's your sunset drink of choice?
Something really girly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
some fruity girly.
Rum and
Mai Tai.
pineapple, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, so it's time for some of the rapid fire questions.
Rapid fire question time.
Rapid fire
Sure.
question.
We were talking about this earlier. When, we're
gonna get close to wrapping it up. So we're gonna do some rapid fire questions.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna have you play a little bit for
really
us.
Fun, guys.
Yeah.
This has been awesome.
So the first question is you got hot dog, pizza, or hamburger?
Pizza.
Where's your favorite pizza in town?
Probably 5 points.
5 Point Pizza.
5 Point Pizza.
Ooh,
in
that's good.
East Nashville.
They do have some good pizza.
They do, and they stay open late.
They do.
They got that window. You walk up. I always can trust a eatery of any 3 of those options that you can walk up to a sidewalk window and place your order to get what you need. That's a good sign.
I live out by Priest Lake, Antioch. There's a place called Angelo's
We all
Picnic
live pretty
Pizza.
close. I don't even know about this.
All right, so if you go down Murfreesboro Road,
right
past Bell Road. So if you're heading towards Murfreesboro, right when you pass Bell Road, on your right, there's a place called Angelo's Picnic Pizza, and they've been there since like the 70s.
Really good?
Yeah, really good pizza. I love their pizza.
I'm in.
It's good, legit. All right, what you got one?
We'll do that at our band practice.
I'm down. I'll go eat pizza there anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime. It's good. On Sundays, they do like a buffet, family dinner buffet thing. And me and my wife were going there pretty regularly on Sunday nights. And we realized we were seeing some of this. I was like, babe, we're part of a scene. We're part of the Angelo's Picnic Pizza scene. Like seeing the same families with the same kids. You know, it's good.
I like that. Pizza scene.
Pizza scene.
I love it.
It's a good scene to be a part of.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to get you in trouble because I'm going to keep it loyal because I know you run sound down the basement, and sometimes basement east, and you play those. So, what do you prefer, basement or basement east?
Oh man, I love them both, but I love the OG basement.
If you could,
I love the intimacy of it.
If you could see one band perform at the original basement,
I don't know.
If
Who
your
would it
dream,
be?
your dream,
my dream, my dream. I have a lot of dreams.
If you could be if there was someone that came to town, you're going to the original basement. There's a independent Nashville act. Who would you tell them to go see, or who would you take them to go see? Nashville act.
A Nashville act?
Sure.
Oh man, now you're really gonna put me on the spot.
It's rapid fire.
I would have a hard time answering that question.
That's hard, yeah.
It's tough, huh?
Just because I don't know any.
You get to see a lot of bands, though. Who's one of the coolest bands you've seen of recent? Then this is a crap rapid fire question, I guess.
It wasn't pizza, hot dog, or hamburger.
No,
Actually,
it sure
there's
wasn't.
a young band called Date Night.
Date night.
that I really, really liked because every song was less than a minute long, and they played for 45 minutes. So
There
there
you
was
go.
like they played 50 songs, and they were having a lot of energy.
All right.
Yeah,
I got one.
date
Okay.
night. I liked them.
The Frist, the Science Museum, or the Zoo. Which one are you going to on a Saturday afternoon?
Lately, the zoo because I'm a dad.
Yeah?
Yeah, we go all the time. But I love the Frisk too.
Yeah.
I don't think I've been to the Science Museum, as sad as that is. I have never been to that big
great
glowing
museum.
pyramid.
It's
That's
awesome.
cool.
It's a good planetarium. Okay, I got another one.
Yeah.
Sounds, Titans, Preds, or don't care.
Mostly, I'd. It would be Preds and Sounds, I guess.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Don't care.
I love going to games and stuff. As soon as I leave the game, I don't care again. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's
But
good.
I don't follow any sports,
Sure.
honestly.
Sure.
The new Sound Stadium. Have you been to the new Sound Stadium?
No,
It's
and
incredible.
I can't wait.
Awesome. It's a lot
Love
of
going to a
fun.
good baseball game. Yeah, it's
All
fun.
right, let's do that too.
And they
I
have
like
hot
it. That'd
dogs
be a
at the
lot of fun.
baseball
I like
game.
going to the base. They have good hot dogs there too.
Oh, that's funny.
So
You didn't write any questions down? I thought you had. No, okay.
no, you didn't write anything down either.
I wrote down pizza, hot dog, and
And then you
yeah,
stole my
and then-
Frisbees, then you stole my zoo and planetarium.
I did
phone.
totally steal that one.
So
I
the
ganked
last,
that
okay,
one.
so the last one that we'll ask then is, it's your last day in Nashville, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
You get 1 day, including breakfast the following day.
What's your perfect day in Nashville?
What's your perfect day in Nashville?
Going out with a bang.
You could start out in the morning and you just tell us what's happening in Nashville on your perfect day in Nashville. You can go to any
I've
venue
had
and
so
see
many.
whoever. No, it doesn't matter
it doesn't
who
have
you've
to be
been.
one.
It'd be
Yeah,
very
no.
easy. I just drink a beer on a patio, I guess, and get a good brunch.
Your
in,
patio?
right?
What patio?
Any of them. I don't care.
No, where? Pick one.
Um.
What was the last one you were at? What was the last patio you had a breakfast at?
God, what do we do? We just went to Butchertown Hall. Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
I think
Right
it's called
now.
Butchertown. I think it's called Butchertown. We went to that last weekend. It was really good.
Okay, after that, you're not quite lunch.
Your afternoon.
Afternoon, what do you do in your
Saturday
afternoon?
Afternoon.
You got to get it all in before you're going off to rock the world. You're going on a 2-year tour.
Japan tour.
You're going to tour Japan
You know,
for 2
honestly,
years.
I'd
You're
probably
gonna
just spend all
around
day
and around
in the
9 or
studio,
10
right?
times.
I would just go into Blackbird or something like that. That would be a perfect day.
Just go record a
I love
Blackbird.
I
Spend the
love
day in
recording.
Blackbird.
Who are you gonna go see play at night? Where?
Ooh, like a regular thing.
Last thing.
Whatever.
Whatever. Doesn't
Your
matter.
ideal show.
You could even
Yeah.
do a special night. Doesn't matter who it is. Your ideal show. Yeah, seriously.
I
Someone's
love
coming
watching
out of
Jack
retirement.
Pearson, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Jack Pearson. Where?
Anywhere. Third and Lindsley. I'm bad. This is terrible. I'm the most indecisive person. That's the other thing.
Would you rather go to Third and Lindsley or Station Inn?
I love
Third
both.
and Lindsley.
Probably it depends. Yeah,
Depends.
depends on who's playing.
Third and
Jack
Lindsley.
Pearson.
Jack Pearson. I guess I haven't seen him at Station Inn, but I'd probably.
Does he
love that.
play at Station Inn?
All the time.
Really?
Yeah.
What does he do? He's not playing electric there, is he?
Yeah. He
Oh.
plays everything there. He kills it.
I went and saw
That guy's insanity.
Mac McAnally play at the Franklin Theater one time,
Sweet.
and he's written gajillions of hit songs. He is who he is, and the only person he had come out and play with him was Jack Pearson.
He's incredible.
You know what
Okay,
I mean? Like
so-
this is the guy that could have gotten anybody in Nashville,
Right.
Late night.
anybody, and he got Jack to come
Yeah.
out and play with him.
You're gonna go grab
I like him.
You're gonna go grab a late beer on Broadway.
No.
It's crowded as all hell.
He goes, no.
Be as far away from
okay,
Broadway.
So, no.
the
So that
whole
means
day.
no. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's late night breakfast. Where are you going?
Late night breakfast.
Late night breakfast.
I guess Athens, right? That's the only one that has it.
No,
right?
there's a couple. Athens. You got the Hermitage Cafe,
Hermitage Cafe. That'd be
First
good.
Avenue.
That's
You
all
got
good. I love
5
Nashville.
Points.
Yeah, I love it all.
How long you been here?
7 years.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's changed so much. I don't even know what to. We'd go to Marche a lot when we first got here.
Yeah,
Like that would be the nicest thing we'd do it for brunch, I'd say. And then
but then you had a kid. Now you don't go out anymore.
Damn
we're
right.
going out. We're going.
Good.
out.
You're hitting that
Yeah.
cuz. You're hitting that corner.
We hit that corner.
Kelly and I got our.
It was a time warp, though. I felt like.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I'm still. It doesn't stop.
Yeah.
But it just gets a little different. We're about to go on our first trip without Dolly.
wow.
for like 8 days, 7 or 8 days. So it's
Whoa.
going to be a trip. I think it might be 6 or 7, but either way, it's a week. And then she'll be with grandma, and I'm really looking forward to it.
My buddy Jeff sent me a text message a couple weeks ago, and he said, "Hey, me and Mel, we're looking at booking a week in Mexico, like all inclusive place. You and April interested?" It's like, you're an asshole for even asking that. Like, of course I'm interested, but no, I can't go. I'm going to leave my kid for 10 days to go to an all-inclusive place in Mexico.
Yeah, I
mean,
guess-
that would be awesome. I was like,
I know.
Jackass.
We're mixing in like a reunion, a high school style reunion, and visiting my brother before he and his fiancée get hitched, so we can have a little time with them up in Portland. But
well, y'all do
Do a little song.
Do
Do
one more
another
song.
song.
Plays out.
Uh-oh.
I got a request.
Yeah.
And maybe, is there an old, any kind of old blues standard? Like, what's that you do? You know what I mean? Like, do you ever pull those out of your hat? Like, what's what?
I've been messing with a few of them lately.
Play one. Play a blues standard.
A blues standard?
Or not standard,
Straight
but
blues?
just like your own, whatever you want to do.
I'm trying to think. I do this Ray Charles song a lot. I do another one. I do like a Louis Armstrong did. I think it's maybe.
Ray Charles is good.
You want to do Ray Charles?
Yeah, do a Ray Charles tune.
All right, I do this one all the time, so it's easy for me. So, it's an 8-bar blues, and it's D, F sharp, B minor, B flat minor, A minor, D, G, diminished,
All the chords.
all of them.
All of
1 to 6.
Come on now.
5, 6, 5. That's it. That's all the chords.
That's it. All right, I got
16
it.
of them. You got them on.
I got it.
Yeah. All right. So here we go.
We recording good.
This is hard times. This is Ray Charles. Yeah.
I'm gonna turn myself down. Go for it.
My mama told me before she passed away, she said, son, when I'm gone, don't forget to pray, 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 'cause it be hard times. Lord, those hard times. Yeah, and who knows better than I soon found out just what she meant when I had to pawn my clothes just to pay my rent. Talking about hard times, love those hard times. Yeah, and who knows better than I had a woman. She was always around.
There she is, man.
When I lost my money, girl, put me down, talking about hard times, those hard times, and who knows better than I know. One of these other days, there'll be no more sorrow. When I pass away, there'll be no more hard times. Yeah, no more hard times. Yeah, and who knows better than I?
Yeah, man. Woo, that's good.
There it is, man.
Love
That's
it.
good.
So good.
He's
What
one of my
great-
favorites.
He's mine too.
Oh God, I love him. I love him so much.
It's all so good.
Justin, thank you very much.
Thank you guys, man.
Episode 9 is in the
books, folks.
I like it.
Episode
appreciate it.
9.
You're almost
Should
in the
have
double digits.
Almost.
come
We're
back.
almost there,
Yeah.
which we're
You cannot
hoping.
be stopped.
We're still fingers crossed. Big guest on the reins.
They cannot be stopped.
Even the rain.
Even the
will
rain.
not stop us. But make sure you check out justinkalk.com or at Justin Kalk at any of the social media outlets that you can think of, because he's on about all of it. Go listen to Volcano. Go listen to Blue Sky Traffic. Listen to absolutely anything else. And come out to the Basement East on, you said the 8th?
Yeah.
No, the OG basement,
April
right?
8th. No, it's Basement East.
Basement East.
Yeah. It's with
April 8th.
the Robert and the Half-Truths. You know that?
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
We're
That's
opening
going to be
for
a
them.
funky good time.
Great.
It's going to be a great show. Yeah.
So hopefully we'll see a lot of you you fine folks out there, at least the ones from Nashville watching this, or if you're coming to town, you can catch this out. Justin, thank you so much,
Yeah.
my friend.
Thank you guys.
My amigo.
I love you both.
Oh, we love you back. We love you back, sir.
Surf's up.
So we will see you next week, everybody. You want to play us out?
Give us that theme music.
Play us out, Matt.
Oh, it didn't. Oh, because I got to do it. Here we go.
Hey,
You guys ready?
here we go.
Yeah.
Play us out.
Give us.
Technical difficulties. Here we go. Thanks a lot, y'all.
I can't be stopped, y'all. Cannot be stopped.
We'll see y'all next week, everybody. Thank you very much. Boom.